Lunch with Carol Dixon is all about life and how to live that life positively, productively, and prayerfully. After decades of ministry, Dr. Dixon is qualified to address any topic of life from a biblical perspective. Let's listen now as Dr. Dixon comes forth.
Well, bless the Lord, O my soul, and all that is within me, bless his holy name. I tell you, God is a great God, and he will show his greatness through you. I want to give you a nugget today about greater capacity means greater responsibility. In Genesis 39, verses 4 through 5, I'm going to just synoptically bring it to you. It's where Potiphar made Joseph his personal attendant. He put him in charge of his entire household and everything he owned. From the day Joseph was put in charge of his master's household and property, the Lord began to bless Potiphar's household for Joseph's sake. How about that? What is your potential for growth? Are you going to read any books in the next year? Are you going to take any seminars? Are you going to grow? Are you going to develop any skills? Are you going to learn any relationship skills? They've got so much of classes, webinars, seminars that are free on YouTube that you can just, put in the web browser what you're looking for, what you want to grow in, and then selectively choose. Or are you just going to be the same 10 years from today as you are right now? Capacity is your potential for growth. It's important because people who increase in competence are given greater responsibility in their work. Now, all leaders are learners. And the moment you stop learning, you stop leading. Growing businesses, it requires growing people. And the moment the people stop growing, the business can't grow. I remember having those that worked around me, staff members, whose number one characteristic was the ability to keep growing and learning. They didn't insist on doing the same thing they had always done, but instead they tried new methods and came up with new ideas. This is what happened with Joseph. He grew in capacity by stretching himself and learning and growing. And that's why, it says that Potiphar made him his personal attendant. He put him in charge of his entire household and everything he owned. He was in charge of it. And in so doing, the Lord blessed Potiphar's household. Why? For Joseph's sake. Is God blessing the business, the ministry where you're connected to? Is that church, that business, that organization prospering because you're there? Do you have that kind of capacity? Some people don't have that capacity. It's all about themselves. They can't even begin to think about their church. They can't begin to think about the business they work for or an organization prospering because they're there. Oh, when Joseph was put in charge, the Lord began to bless Potiphar for Joseph's sake. All his household affairs ran smoothly, and his crops and livestock flourished. Yeah. Why? Because Joseph had capacity. When Joseph was first taken to Egypt as a slave, he wasn't able to handle all that stuff. He had to learn how to manage livestock and a household. He had to learn and grow as he was given more responsibility. If you stop learning new skills and say, that's all I need to know, you're limiting your capacity. If you're saying, you know what, I can't, I wanted to go to school, but I could. This is not about school. This is about learning and growing. It's so much right at your fingertips. Joseph was in prison, bound according to natural circumstances. But what? He learned everywhere he was. He continued to pray and use his ministry. And God blessed him. If you keep learning, if you keep growing, God will keep blessing wherever you are. So, what are some practical steps that you can take this week to learn a new skill or gain new knowledge about your job or your field of work? What can you do? I just finished talking with my staff, and it was awesome. And the ideas that have just been springing up of what we can do to increase the flourishing and the prosperity of Dash. Increasing your capacity only takes initiative and sometimes even sacrifice. Yeah, yeah. And then, you know what? If you're considering a career change, you got to believe that God will take you as far as you, by faith, believe Him to take you. You'll need to spend some time in prayer. Yeah, I ask you, what are some steps, practical steps you can take? Spend some time in prayer. Ask God to show you how you grow personally and professionally. Oh, greater capacity means greater responsibility. I am Carol Dixon, and this is Dash.
We know you have been inspired. Your faith has been built, giving you a new perspective. Tell someone about Dash with Carol Dixon podcast. Someone you know needs to tune in. We're always on 24/7. Spread the word, won't you? We're helping you and many others with a positive, productive, and prayerful word. Thank you for joining us today. Take a moment now to leave a rating, review, and subscribe to our podcast app. On behalf of the entire team, thanks for listening to Dash with Carol Dixon.